adding and programming a heater or a furnace in this case on the Ventra XT. To do that, from the home screen, we go to Menu Hotkey, System Control Device Setup, and then highlight Add a Control Device. Press Enter, and now we're going to look for our furnace group. Now you can either swipe up and down, or you can use the page up and down, or you can use the arrow keys. There's brooder, variable brooder, furnace, variable heater, and we're going to call this a furnace, so that's what we want. So we're going to press Enter. Now we're going to choose the number furnace this is. This is the first furnace that we've added to our controller, so we're going to leave it number 1. If you have multiples, then you'll put number 2, number 3, and so on. So then we're going to arrow over. Now, this is the zone that the furnace is in. In our case, it's Z1 because we only have one zone at this moment. So it's zone 1. Arrow over. Now module 1. This is a standalone Ventra XT. We don't have any expansion stations attached to it, so it will be module 1. And then we're going to arrow over. And now we're going to program the channel that this furnace is programmed to. And in this case, you can either use that plus and minus or this plus and minus. And we are programmed, or I should say wired, to channel 18. So we're going to choose that, press enter to confirm, and now we have added our furnace. So we go back to the home screen, then Menu Hotkey, Output Devices, and there's number 18, furnace. Now to finish setting it up, from here, you can choose which sensors you want to control it. If you want, say, only sensor 1 and sensor 2 to control this heater, then we put it like that. Enter through, and now we've chosen the sensors that are going to control this heater. And then we can arrow down, arrow down, and now we're going to choose the on and off temperature that we want for this heater. So in this case, we're going to go up a little higher than that, so we're going to have it come on at 75 degrees, enter, and then we're going to have it shut off at 76 degrees, enter. So now we have set our temp on and off. And then if we arrow down again, now as you can see, there are some grayed out items there. Those are all potential options based off of how your controller is set up. If they are grayed out, then that means that there are other missing programming pieces that need to be added to the programming to have those options shown and available. But in the case that we have for our poultry setup, we do not have some of those options. Now here we have lower temp by a certain degree from a certain time. Now you can set that if you want, say first thing in the morning when your birds are up, the lights have come on, they're eating a lot, they're really active. You may want to drop the temperature on your furnace to make sure it doesn't come on. Since you've got a lot of activity in the barn, you could set this if you wanted to, say for like you want a 2-degree drop from 6 a.m. to say 7 a.m. And then the setting for your furnace, instead of running at 75, as you see now, it shows the adjusted underneath there. So from 6 a.m. in the morning to 7 a.m. in the morning, your furnace will drop from 75 to 73, and then will go off if it comes on instead of 76, now 74. You know, if you just put zeros back in there, then it won't look at that and it won't use that if you want to just put zeros in. But I'm going to leave it at that for right now. And then again, don't have this interlocked any curtain groups because we're not using anything like that on this setup. And then the purge, humidity purge or such, we're not using that because of the type of setup we have. But those will show up in black if you have the proper things programmed to be able to choose those settings on your furnace group. Then if we go down, you know, we have the option on the Ventra line to monitor gas usage a little bit. This would be if you have a pilot on this furnace, You can set that you do have a pilot, yes. First is the BTUs. How many BTUs is this furnace? I'm gonna say this is a box heater on the sidewall, and it's 250,000 BTUs, so I'm gonna set that. And then if this has a pilot, you can tell it yes or no. In our case, we do not have a pilot, so I'm going to leave it at no. And now it will just give you a rough estimation of gas tracking, gas usage when that furnace is running. And that is how you set your furnace group on your Ventra XT.